Okay, so we're gonna work on this AC condenser out here. This is the condenser. It's not working. Condenser is not working. So I'm pretty sure what it is. We're gonna take off these screws over here. Screws here, 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 here. We're gonna remove this cover where you see the cable comes in here. So it's gonna be the main board because it's not working, but it's working on the inside, the air handler and everything. So we have removed this cover right here, and then just to test over here, if we push over here, the condenser is gonna come on. That means it's this board, the one it's not getting the signal from the thermostat to bring this on. That's it. Bingo. See? It's working. And I can hear already the compressor coming on. So let's try and disconnect this board, these wires over here, and put it back on. If not, we have to change this board because they're so sensitive to dust and humidity. So let's do that. Okay, so before you disconnect any electrical things over here, and before you start to work, always shut off the main box over here. So I have disconnect these wires here and the yellow ones over here, and you can always try to disconnect this one here, black one, and wait for a few minutes and put everything back, and then put power back on over there and try to see if it works. If it doesn't work, I have to change this board over here. Okay, I put all those wires back on the same board. This is a 2024 unit, once was installed in 2024. And always wear gloves, because when you're working over here with wires, you can cut yourself so easy over here. When you pull out the wires, get stuck to it. Pass by over here with your finger and cuts pretty bad. So we're gonna change this board now with a new one. Right here. I bought it from HD. Okay, so we have changed this board over here. This is a new one. I got the old one right there. Let's try now. Okay, something I forgot to mention. You have to come back over here to the thermostat and reset it so it takes the new board. So you just go in menu and you select okay, it's working now with the new control board. After I installed that new control board, turn on that breaker, I went inside and I wanted to reset that thermostat, but it was not working to reset it. So what I did, I took it off the thermostat and I put it back on. As soon as I put it back on, it showed that it was off. So and then I turned it on. It went on delay. Delay is that it starts flashing that it wants to come on. So you have to wait like 5-7 minutes until it comes on. So that thermostat came on. It sent the signal to the board and the board activates the condenser and it starts to work. So this was the problem in this one. I just changed that board. On older equipment, I don't know, there's some units like they're like 20-30 years old, and a lot of those models, they don't have this board over here. They have it before. They used to have it inside their home, so that's the right thing to have it over there inside, so it doesn't get dust, humid water, nothing like that. So on the older ones, if the condenser is not working, most of the time is this run capacitor. You might have to change this. It costs like from $20 to $40. So you just have to look at the same number you have over here to buy another one on Amazon. They're like 30 plus 5, 20 plus 5, something like that. So you just have to watch over here what it says. And then if your AC unit, it's an older one, or R22, Freon R22, you just make sure what it says over here, 440 or 370. They also sell run caps like this one, and it says it works for both. It's gonna say 370-440. So it's gonna be good for older units and newer units like this one. So this one is a newer unit, and it uses 35 plus 5, 440. Okay, so now I'm gonna put this cover back in place over here. To do that, I recommend you to shut off the breaker again, so you don't have any power whenever you're putting that cover over here. By accident, you're not gonna touch any electrical wire. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a good one.